Welcome to Conversations with My Cuz. I am Shayla Shay.
It's me, your girl Michelle with the 1L.
Hey, and I'm Brother Love. It's me, DJ Big Rob.
Hey, wait, don't forget about me.
What's going on?
Don't forget about me. I'm back. I'm back.
Look who's back. Welcome back to the guy on the couch.
What's going on, America?
He had to get his ass back because he was almost fired. So
yeah, man, they tried to mail me my papers.
He was
fired.
But just like a common black man, I stormed back in the office.
No, and act like he wasn't fired.
He was crawling. Please. I'm just joking. Anyway, let's make a toast to the guy on the couch being back.
Guy on the couch. What's up, baby?
What's going on? What's going on?
My cup.
You know I'm sorry already, right, baby?
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good show. See y'all later.
All right, peace.
So what's happening?
What's going on, ladies? How was y'all week?
Oh, my week was really good. I'm in San Francisco with my son. Oh, okay. And that boy done ran me ragged when I tell you. Like, you can't hang with these young folks, boy. When I say we did everything in like 3 days, I'm exhausted. I was like, I needed a nap from, you know how it is when you're on vacation. You come back and you need a nap. You need another vacation from your vacation.
Yes.
That's my story. That's my story, boy.
You sounding kind of, you aging yourself because you sounding like an old lady right now.
Girl.
Well, hey, listen.
I don't give a doggone.
Them kids.
After watching Godfather of Harlem, did you get to Alcatraz? That's what I want to know. I got to see that.
I did get to Alcatraz.
Oh, right.
And that was really an experience. So, I mean, the island is beautiful, right? On top, then in the middle, there's this penitentiary. And that part is like night and day from the inside of being in there and then stepping out into the grounds where it's just got all kind of foliage and greenery they growing and all kinds of stuff. So, a lot. Yeah, it's interesting up close and personal. Like, I got to go into the solitary confinement cell, which you couldn't fall either way, left, right, front, or back without hitting your head on the wall. Like, it was just that small. I was like, there were no men that was 6 feet tall, because if you were, you barely could fit in that cell. So, I don't know. Yeah, it was crazy. So
it makes you wonder how they survive mentally. You know what I mean?
Did you do the trolley cars and that? Was you running around like
I did the trolley car
kind of stuff?
No, they told me to sit my ass down, stop playing. So
you get a chance to take a picture with the rice roni.
They're trying to get me to find a box of rice roni. Y'all got me looking for a supermarket so I can just be out here stupid, you know, just acting like the people on the trolley ain't looking at me like, look at this dummy.
Just go sit down. Somewhere, lady.
I see you balling, though. You balling, girl. Go ahead.
Man, you know, you just do what you can within the confinements of your space. So I'm out here counting my money like 1, 2.
You can definitely ball with a budget. You can definitely ball on a budget.
Yeah, we did a lot of great things, though. I mean, San Francisco is great. It's cold. I won't say it's not, but other than that, and it's a different kind of, which we say, different kind of cold, but without the wind. It's 52, you know, so I had on the jacket and stuff like that. Was still able to get out and enjoy myself.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Well, how was your week, Michelle? What's going on? You looking?
Nothing exciting happened this week. You know, I was home.
I saw we out in the streets and all that. I seen you.
I was outside. Here's the thing, you know, my daughter tried to blow me up today. I didn't really appreciate it because I put the picture up to I'm outside, right? She was gonna comment and go, "But you're going right back inside." I was like,
I don't care. It's 5 minutes. I'm out here.
I'm still outside. Gonna play me out on my post. Like, what's up with you? Like, don't do that, Tisha. I'm gonna go delete her comment now that I just thought about it. But you're going right back inside. I'm just dropping Elijah off at the train station. But I did end up in Home Goods buying me some sheets and stuff.
Okay. I love Home Goods.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
What about you, Rob?
Man, it was a good week. I'm about to head back, get on that big bird tomorrow. You know what I do. You know what I'm saying? I got to get out there and do what I do.
He's the world traveler.
Yeah. So I'll be gone. But I had an interesting week this week. And This show is really, really affecting my personal life right now.
Before we get to that, though, we got to talk about what's trending.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I was doing a mannequin thing again.
Oh, y'all guys didn't see Chris Rock last night, right?
I saw some of it.
But I saw some clips. And I see why his ass got slapped. That's what I'm going to say.
You see why he got slapped?
Yes. He needed to get slapped again.
Yeah, I think he
needs to get slapped again.
He needed to get slapped again.
Or did he speak the truth?
Listen, it was his truth, so I'm not taking that away from him. But
no, it was facts.
It was his truth.
It was facts.
Whatever. Facts or what? You don't know that man's life. But anyway,
with the way it played out,
he spoke whatever he spoke and why he felt, that Will was taking out his rage on him because of his situation with Jada. That might be true. I don't know. It
might not.
And I'm not going to say that it is.
Wait. They were on national TV talking about, shout out to entanglements. Everybody loves entanglements. You know what I'm
Yes. And he did say something that was interesting about that because, Jada, that was, when you think about it, that was kind of, and it was but Will agreed.
But hey,
he took his happy ass right on that seat and got what he got.
Did you watch the after show? With Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
The show.
Well, I'm gonna just give y'all a little snippet. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, "Well, if I was standing there giving that award, and I said that to Jada, with these long legs, the way I kicked Bruce Lee, Will Smith would have never smacked me."
And he called Chris a punk.
He jumped Chris was calling himself a punk.
No, he didn't. He didn't call himself a punk. He just
did.
He put facts. He put the facts.
Did.
He put the facts out there.
What are the facts? Because you keep saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, what are the facts?
The fact is, Will Smith is stronger and bigger than this man. He played Ali, and what did Chris Rock say? He played Pookie in New Jack City, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's a big size difference. You chose to slap who you was going to slap. You wouldn't have slapped no real cat out there.
How about he slapped the motherfucker that was talking shit?
About his wife.
Everybody talks shit about his wife.
So you think that Will Smith just slapped him because he was a little dude?
I'm just trying to tell you.
That's what you're saying.
He's a bully.
So, but nothing provoked it. Nothing prompted him to do it. Nothing.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to hit that dude with a Bruce Lee Chu-Cha kick.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you.
He's a bully.
There was nothing that prompted him to do that. I don't care if it was right or wrong. My question is, was there something that prompted him to do it?
Right. He did. Antagonizing
the whole build-up.
He did.
The whole build-up.
So whether he would have done it to somebody that got whoever.
Man,
or he did it to Pookie. He did it.
That wasn't even the highlight.
In fact, like, what are you talking about?
I'm past the Will Smith stuff. Whatever it is. He got slapped. They slapped.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
I agree.
It. He about to get slapped by one of them Kardashians. That's what the problem is.
What they do.
Listen, I ain't getting into it. Y'all got to watch it. I ain't gonna kill a man views. I ain't gonna fuck up his joke. But y'all need to go ahead and watch that.
We don't talk about the show. We don't care. Whoever didn't watch it didn't just turn it off real quick.
Listen, he got Kardashian ass. That's all I gotta say. It was
he kind of got at them.
I have to watch it. I don't like Chris Rock though. I don't.
That's why you want him to get slapped again.
I want him to get slapped.
I've always watched his comedy.
This was the best stand-up comedy to me that I've seen in my lifetime. This was the funniest. This was better than
lifetime.
This was
better than Eddie.
This was better than
Richard.
No, I was laughing from when he came out on the stage.
I'm sorry. Did you say he was better than Richard Pryor?
Oh, well, come on. Rich is rich.
That's your life.
You said your life, man.
That wasn't my life. Mine wasn't my lifetime because I couldn't experience none of that shit. I got an ass whipping if I was paid too close to Richard Pryor jokes.
We did.
90% of the jokes that we hear comes from a stem of a Richard Pryor joke.
Listen, but it was
really good. That's what you really want to say.
I'm gonna watch it. I am gonna watch it.
No,
I just gotta have to tolerate him because he just irritates my.
You hating on the Brooklyn boy. Shout out to Chris Rock. I'm telling
you. Brooklyn dudes.
I ain't mad I ain't mad at him.
I ain't mad at the man for doing what he do, and I really feel like he strategically did this when he did it, and it was a perfect move. And it was a perfect move. I have to give him that.
Checkmate.
I have to give it to him. Yes.
Well, because right now he could talk about their mama and everything, and they can't do nothing about it. They just got to take that L. So
everybody's watching it and seeing
it. But he can get off, and that's the only thing he got because he don't have no hands. It's not like he gonna get at will, right?
He ain't got no hands.
He can't beat up Ali. So there's that.
One thing I did appreciate that he did say the real reason why he really didn't hit back is because he was. Because he was raised and his mama told him, you don't be fighting black on black in front of white people.
In front of white people.
Oh, so fight in front of white people. It was just a bunch of black people.
I said that too. I said that.
Listen, me and the guy on the couch, we've become intoxicated a couple times. And when we was with the white people, we said to one another, you owe that ass whipping when we get back to the crib. So,
I agree. And I even said that when it happened. And I said, never mind the whole Oscar thing because everybody was putting so much. I was like, you don't act up like that and just front it in public.
Not in front of company.
Backstage or see them later.
Yeah, not in front of company.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. But, he did what he did. Anyway, we off that.
Yeah, it's great though. Okay. So shout out to Chris Rock though. I love the show. I was very impressed. I was very, very impressed.
Congratulations to him for his successful Netflix series.
That's another 30 million he picked up.
That was hard to say. That was hard to say for me.
I know you. It's up.
It really was. Whatever you want to call it.
It was worth the slap.
All right.
Yes.
He definitely gave them their N-word moment. He absolutely did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So I know. Yes.
What my stressful week now being that
Let's see a stressful week, right?
So y'all. I appreciate y'all for having me on the show and all that shit, right? I get it, but listen, we're gonna have to talk because a lot of back talk coming back to me now. I get phone calls. Oh, are you on there talking shit or you talking facts? I'm trying to figure out. So we're gonna have to clear some things out. And I need to
clear it out.
Listen, I had to talk with a friend of mine, and we was talking about basically goes on. So I think this is going to be a good question. I got a question. What time is it, ladies?
Got a question.
What time is it?
What time is it? Y'all know what time it is.
Go on.
All right, cuz. So what's up, cuz? You got a question for me?
Yeah, I got a question. If
lean in,
a man moves in a home or an apartment with a woman, is he investing in the relationship or is he investing in her? Let's talk about it, ladies.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh yeah, I wasn't ready for that one, right?
Well,
you got your facts. You got the emails because I sent y'all emails on this.
I didn't say.
I'm ready. Okay.
I'm
ready. Yeah. I got numbers and all this.
So let me see. If a man, let me hear the question again. If a man moves in with a woman, is he investing in the relationship or investing in her?
Yes.
Wait. The relationship is her, isn't it?
Think about the shit I'm talking about. Come on.
Right. I have to understand the question before I can answer it. So you're saying is he investing in the relationship? She is the relationship.
It's not is the relationship. The relationship is the both of them. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question again. If a man moves in a home or an apartment with a woman, is he investing in the relationship or is he investing in her?
If you continue to yell at us,
that's not going to help clarify.
You're going to have to stop yelling at us.
I have some clarifying questions.
Thank you.
Okay,
please go ahead, Shay, because I don't.
Could you define the difference between investing in the relationship versus investing in her, so that I can answer the question properly? What is it? what is your idea of investing in the relationship?
Okay, so when you invested in a relationship, you invested in a relationship as y'all are growing as a pair, y'all growing as a team, y'all are making future plans.
Okay.
If you investing into her, that means you investing into her growth. So now the question is again.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you move in with her, the question is whether or not you're invested in both of y'all in a relationship, or whether or not you are investing in just her growth. So I would think that you would be investing in the relationship if he moves in.
Yeah.
You too?
Okay.
You too?
I got questions.
No. I want to answer first.
No, I'm going to ask my question. You're not going to tell me that I'm not going to answer. That I have to just answer.
I thought this was a dry question.
Turn your phone up, please. I'm sorry. You know, we on TV.
I thought this was a dry question. I thought this was a dry question.
Is that the person that you're talking about?
Yeah, she probably like,
yeah.
Whoever he had an argument with.
Investing in the relationship, which means that he's investing in himself and her growing together, right? That's what you're saying? Or
yeah.
just
one or the other, either her. Just her or the both
or
of
the
them
relationship.
together.
If he moves into her house, it could be an investment in the relationship, depending on what he's bringing.
Yeah, because, now that I think about it, let's say it's an apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he moves into the apartment with the idea that they're going to pool their resources and save money to buy a home, right? Then that would be an investment in the relationship.
The growth of the relationship, right.
Now, if he moves into her home, she's the homeowner, and he moves in and he's paying the mortgage, it could be that he's just investing in her growth because he's paying off her mortgage.
Shout out to the cootie cat, but go ahead.
It doesn't necessarily, I don't know. Don't you answer that. Don't you address that. Okay.
Okay.
What the hell's wrong with him?
When you hear Crazy Show, you just keep on.
Okay,
I'm on.
Because my whole everything was like
outbursts. We don't answer to crazy outbursts.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Because I guess I'm trying to rewrite your question to make it make a little bit more sense to me.
I thought this was a dry question.
But I don't want to rewrite your question because I want to answer it the way that you're asking it.
Right.
But if he's moving in, I'm looking at it as an investment. It could be for himself because he don't have nowhere to be.
Okay.
It could be that. He just needs a place to be.
Okay.
So it might not be about her or the relationship. It might just be, let me just go in here and because it's
right. Because if he ain't putting in and he just laying down sausage or salami,
right? The salami, then
he just trying to get a roof over his head.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if he's moving in with the thought that I am coming to help her in her household, then I think it's an investment in the relationship and her.
It's her.
And that deems a conversation before you say it's her?
You think it's her?
I'm gonna wait and then I'm gonna explain the situation.
Okay.
He gonna give us a learning.
He gonna give us a lesson.
I think we should sit back and let him learn us.
I'm ready. I want to hear it because we gave our answer.
The conversation was talking about moving in together, and I'm an advocate of.
Somebody was saying that to you.
I'm an advocate of men not moving in with women.
Agreed.
Men need to stay home. When you move into a woman's environment, first of all, the relationship is unbalanced. That's first. A man needs to feel that he put something into a situation because the man's natural thing is to what? Protect, provide. That's what men do. You didn't do either or if you move into a woman's apartment. Let's say apartment. Now, you're right. Any woman that will allow a man, because that happened too, so that she's like, well, if I love somebody, he can move into my house. And I said, listen, at 50 years old, if you love somebody that has nothing, at 50, he's going to continue to have nothing at 50. That's what happens at
I need a drink.
age. Now, if you're 25. So let's get back to this now. Women, a lot of women, they do allow men to move in. 90% of the relationships, this is what usually happens. The man moves in. You know why the man moves in? Because he's constantly moving in. Over and over. At the end of every relationship, he has to go rent a room, go back to his mama, get his money back together. Once he gets up again, he meets Shay Shay with the big booty, and guess what happens? It starts all over again.
The hell it does.
So
the bus stops right there. But I hear you talking.
So I did some research just to prove my fact. While Black home ownership gap still exists, female millennials are the key driver to Black home ownership. Do we understand what I am saying? Would you like me to read it again?
Oh. You in rare form today, I have to say.
He must have had some spicy food.
Yeah, because we ain't gonna I ain't gonna be up here talking shit no more.
So today you decided that.
I know what it is. So made up of 9.1% home buyers between October and September of 21, slightly higher than 10 years ago. It's up 8.9%. Among Black homeowners, women and millennials are the fastest growing groups. Female Black home buyers constantly grow faster than male counterparts in each month since October 2018 to current time now, and the rate is at 10.4%. So let me tell you what this means. Hold on, because let me get my shit off. I got to get my shit off now. So when I preach to men about not moving in with somebody, give yourself time. Give yourself time to create your own nest. Give yourself time to understand what you're doing, understanding your growth. Like me, for instance, I bought my own home. I didn't get married till I bought a home. She wanted to get married. I said, absolutely not. I have nothing to offer you until I have a home. That's what we're supposed to live in, a home. So that's what I did. Moved on, bought another home. So if I'm in a relationship with a woman and she sits back and she tells me, well, she has a home too, I have a home, that's cool. I could help you. I get it. What you want me to do? What you need me to do? I'm a protector. I'm a provider. That's what I do as a man. I do a little nasty thing every once in a while here too.
I have a question.
Right.
So if a man moves into a woman's apartment, is he investing in the relationship or is he investing in
He's investing into her. You know why he's investing into her?
Tell me why.
He ain't moving in laying down no pipe. He's going to pick up that rent payment.
So he's investing in her and not in the relationship. What is wrong with your phone, sir?
Listen, I don't know.
No, I need you to turn it off.
At least the ringer.
I thought I did.
So you on TV, on the radio, and your phone ringing.
But see, I can't make this up though. You see what I be going through. Right?
Turn it off.
But what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that even though if a man moves in, like you said before, if a man moves in with a woman, right, it's the same thing. He has to pick up a responsibility. Not a real man is going to make sure that he picks up majority of that. So again, he's investing into everything that she has done. All his things, majority of men pay child support. Some men pay alimony. Some men, so now he's taking care of 2 homes without even taking care of himself.
So why would a man move in with a woman in the first place?
He shouldn't. That's what I've been saying for a long time. But you know,
9 times out of 10, if he's moving into her apartment, where is he coming from? Is he getting rid of his own place to move in with her?
What
9 times out of 10, a man that's moving into a woman might not necessarily have his own place.
What then? Whose fault is that?
No. There's
no fault there. We're just talking about it.
We're just talking about it.
9 times out of 10, but this is why I preach, and this is why I'm trying to get y'all ladies to understand me. This is why my thing is men don't need to move in with women.
Let's do this. Okay, Ra.
I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
Let's go with this first, and then we can springboard from this point. Michelle and I agree with you. There's no reason for you to try to get us to understand.
Oh, okay.
We agree.
Oh, because I have more facts. I won't do that then. I won't pull out no more facts.
It's not necessary. We agree. I don't think that a man should move in with a woman either. I think that when you are progressing in a relationship, you both should probably move somewhere together. That belongs to both of you, right? So that means if I have a home and he has a home, and we are really serious about making the relationship works, then I think you both would buy a home together and let that be yours.
Exactly, because another thing comes in is, and this is the question. What really bothered me is when the man does move in with a woman, especially when it's a home situation. That's an investment. The woman can have children. The woman can have, she can have lineage that she wanted to leave behind to somewhere. But now you got this man paying for your lineage. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the power of the cootie cat. That's what the cootie cat do.
I know the last time
it's the power of the salami.
Yeah,
and that's how he got in the house.
He in there scrambling eggs in the morning.
I talk
got you in the kitchen.
Exactly.
I messed it up. It's the Pink Panther. So when he's on the prowl,
I don't mess with no Pink Panthers.
I have never in my life.
It doesn't matter.
Anything to do with the Pink Panther.
Okay. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, we do a lot of things in life. We have a lot of fun as men. We got inches, girth, width, all that shit. That don't matter when it comes down to the mortgage.
You ain't lying about that.
You ain't lying about that.
I'm so sorry. Now,
I will say that for some women, it doesn't matter.
It'll get you in the door. It'll stop an argument.
Get you in the door and then after a while, it'll be like, what you doing?
Right, as long as you contributing or what have you,
Yeah, but see, contributing to what is the problem?
Easing some of the financial burden. You got to ease the financial burden, right? Because if you in the house,
Shay, I have to talk to Shay really quick.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Yes, please.
I need you to relax.
I'm relaxed.
That's how you got talking.
He ain't even drinking.
I be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I be factual what I be saying. But maybe I need to run these numbers up every week to let people understand, because we're supposed to enlighten and educate and entertain at all times. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said before, I know my job. So when y'all start talking about my job, I want to do my job 100%. That's the way I feel.
It sounds like this is very personal to you.
Very, very, very.
It's clear. It's clear.
Your home.
No, stop trying to get into my personal
because we know it's something. We're gonna find out. Though. We're gonna find out. We are gonna find out after the show.
No, but it's just to the fact that a lot of women feel that sometimes I come up here, like, because y'all started this shit anyway with this bam bam shit. You know what I'm saying? With this bam bam. It don't be bam bam. It just be, I gotta make sense, because just like y'all want to educate the ladies, I want to educate the men.
It's being a bam bam.
That's all. That's all right. I got the bam bam.
You're being at now.
I got that. Fight.
You're being a bam bam right now because you're yelling at us and we agree with you.
Okay, I'm just trying to.
It's like, okay.
All right, I got that. And another thing too is, and just in case y'all try to say, well, what if it's the woman moving in with the guy? Now listen, I had some ladies stay with me from time to time in relationships once in a while. But if you ask any of them ladies, they gave me minimum money. Keep your money, because this is my investment. This rock is solid.
So you're basically saying you don't want nothing from them because that's yours.
Exactly. I got mine, you get yours, and then we figure it out. So keep
she technically doesn't live there then. She's just visiting.
No. Listen.
Because she wasn't permanent.
Yeah. Well, no, even if it's a permanent situation.
No, it wasn't permanent. It wasn't permanent.
But see, even if it's a permanent situation, it will still be the same thing, because this is the rock that I found it already. So how
you started all of this off? Let me just hold on.
Ask you to invest in this rock when you see it.
Let me say something. Because you're saying that it was never a permanent situation. But if a woman comes to move into your house, I am quite sure she's not thinking that she's there temporarily.
Well,
But with you, this is my house.
No.
I don't want nothing from you because this is my house.
No.
So whatever you contribute to, it shouldn't be a lot because this is my house. I would never move into your house.
Why not? Because I'm sharing.
Ever.
I'm sharing my house with you. I'm telling you.
No, you're not. You're not sharing your house.
I'm telling you, you don't need to contribute.
I would not move into your house.
Because you could do other things with your. I would want you to grow. I want you to grow outside of this.
That's growing. That's growing. But the minute something is off or wrong, her
you see, that's how the black woman is
left with nothing.
I'm not thinking about how she left.
Because you know why you're thinking of it like that.
It's no difference. It's no difference than a man moving in with a woman, right? If she's moving in with you and she's there for 5 years, let's say y'all rocking out, right? The relationship ends. She walks away with nothing.
How she walk away with nothing? She probably got 150,000 in her 401k because she ain't paying no goddamn.
Well, if she's a smart woman, she's not walking away with
I didn't hear you, Shay. Huh?
If she's smart, she's not walking away with nothing. But my point in all of this is that whether it's a man or a woman, I feel like moving into each other's place is not the thing that they should do. If they're going to decide to rock out for real, they need to move in somewhere together where it's theirs.
No, but
it's not yours and it's not hers, it's y'all's.
But even if it's so, sometimes you can't think about it, y'all, because you built what you built at this point in our life. And hold on, but now you have other things going on where you may have children and everything else signed up for this lineage. So at the same time is when y'all move out to get something else, y'all can do that to move forward, but it's the same thing. But the thing is, what I'm trying to point out to y'all is men, 90% of the men, they lose and they always going back to restart. Women don't really restart because they nesters by nature. That's what
we're smarter, is what you're saying.
Yes, very much so.
So can a woman nest in your place?
Huh?
Can a woman nest in your place?
You could do what you want in my place. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But again, like I said, I'm not asking you for anything. No, it's not my place. It's ours. But again,
you said it's yours.
No, I said
it was yours.
I said it's ours. But again, this is a rock that I kind of built on. So again, it's plans that I have because my home is my investment. So
and again, your home being your investment is not hers.
But you're right. But the thing is that's why your money should be your money. You're not understanding what I'm talking to you about.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Hold on,
hear what you're saying.
So let's say the average rent on a one-bedroom apartment is $1,300 a month. If you were single, you could put that $1,300 in the bank. You could put that $1,300 in the annuity. I'm not asking you for that.
We understand
that. We're not disputing that. We're going back to the part of it being your house.
It doesn't matter whose house it is.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. It's a dwelling.
Because no. Your house again is an investment because you pay into that, right?
Right.
It's not her investment; it's yours.
Right.
Is what you keep saying. So there's no investment for her. If you break up, you still have your investment.
So investment is dirt. No,
it's not hers. It's not her investment because it's not you guys' home. It's your home.
She's
but temporarily in. Hopefully, the relationship will extend to forever. But in the event that it doesn't, your investment is still your investment.
Of course.
So, and as a woman, back at zero.
I'm never going to.
Why would she be back at zero?
Because she doesn't have an investment.
So the investment is if you were a man. So let's do the math on this. If you're paying 13, 14,
no, we're not.
I don't need the math. I get it.
The math works. So then don't say it's not an investment.
So
even if she's saving money and she has a job and she's working and she's doing,
she don't have a lineage like you do for your children.
Don't have. So now she done spent 15
How do you know
years.
What she might.
Let me finish. Now that she's spending 15 years in your house in your investment. With you, not
she got more money than
your
me.
investment.
Yeah, she got more money than me.
When she leaves, if y'all break up 20 years down the line,
you know how much money should be in her pocket.
But you know how much your house is worth now.
But you know, I bet you to be more than that house is worth. I bet you that.
How do you know that?
I know numbers. I run numbers all the time.
You don't know numbers because you don't know what her numbers are. But
anyway,
I think that when you talk about,
I like that comment right there.
Important.
Guy on the couch, comment, highlight that comment, please. One can move in with the other and work towards buying a new home together in the future. Your investment can turn into a residual income. I love that.
I agree.
That to me is, I love that because it's not my house, my house, my house. That should be the goal.
That will be the goal. Exactly. I 100% agree. I'll even turn around and put the down payment on the other house. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time is like I said, but majority of men is that men move in with women without these plans, and men are paying these women's mortgages, and men are getting kicked out and having to restart all over again.
All right. So listen, doesn't the woman start all over again? The difference is that you're saying she'll have a nest egg. She'll have money in the bank to start all over with, right?
Okay.
That's the difference.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need to be quiet for you to read. You can't read while I talk.
I want to answer the question. Read that out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean,
no, go ahead. I want.
I'm asking you.
Y'all know we over time. We spent too much time on this question.
Yes, because he was aggressive.
It was a dry question.
Well, it was your aggression that made it interesting,
right? She was angry about it.
Yes. So the woman starts over with this nest egg, right? Because she's been saving money because she hasn't had to put in financially into your home. Let's say this is 5 years later. So for 5 years, she hasn't had to pay any money towards mortgage or whatever. She's living her best life and saving money. But when she breaks up, she's going to go into just beginning her investment where you've already had this investment for whatever amount of years. That to me is starting at ground zero as well.
She might have a couple dollars in the bank. Yes.
Y'all are done. Okay, so let me address this for how you doing, Katrina, Miss Fernandez. I'm gonna break this down.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to make it really quick too, because we have to move on.
All right, so I don't agree with him about want to see his logic on where he's going with his mathematical equations and numbers. It makes sense. So, like I said, if a young lady is, when you're dating and she's paying her own rent, let's say she's paying $1,500 a month, right? So that $1,500 a month turns out to be $15,000 a year plus another $3,000 is $18,000 a year. That's $18,000 a year that you're saving. Am I correct? Am I correct?
You don't need us to confirm your math.
We're not confirming nothing. You're answering the question.
So now that's $18,000 that you're not asking your counterpart to save. We want you to keep your money because, again, my job as your man is to protect and to provide. I get it. So now you turn around. Now you get deep in a relationship. Maybe you might want to take some life insurance. Y'all got an annuity together. Y'all do whatever it is that y'all want to do. Then that's fine. Then the $18,000 that you spent, what you say, Shay, 5 years? You said 5 years, right? You take that 18 and multiply it by 5. What you get? You get almost $100,000. Matter of fact, that's $90,000 because you take 10 from the 18.
Okay,
that's $90,000. $90,000 can't give you a down payment on a brand new house.
She still has to start over, though.
Oh, how's she starting over?
She's still starting from zero. She got to buy the home.
She has to find a home and buy one.
She wouldn't have had the funds if you wasn't.
So do you know what starting over means?
Okay.
That's where we're having the confusion.
Because this is segueing into our
yeah, we're gonna start over, right? Because rushing into things, can always be a problem.
Right.
But starting over from ground zero after someone has invested all of their time and energy in a relationship in someone else's home. Now
that's a mental thing.
I am going to finish. I am going because we're gonna have to talk to you.
I'm lit. I'm lit.
You got to control
that because you better sit down.
I'm lit. Don't tell me. Like I said, this is what happens when you sit at the table with your drawers on. You figure it out.
To buy a home is starting from ground zero.
But if you have the funds, you're in a great.
That's not what we said. That is not what we said.
Here's the thing, though, Ra. There's nothing to say that she wouldn't have the funds whether she was in your home or not. That's assuming that she wouldn't be able to buy. But you were still in this relationship and you was able to save $90,000 compared to the length of the relationship that you're saying. That's a good step. That's a good walk in the park.
It is a good amount of money. We're not debating that, nor are we saying that you're wrong.
It doesn't mean that she's not starting from zero.
She still has to start over.
I'll be starting from zero too. I got to get the potpourri out. I got to.
You don't have to do nothing.
I got to get somebody to clean the house now.
And, someone else is saying that she's not invested in his home. Now, I agree she's not invested in his home because she's saving her money. But that's not the point that we're making. The point that we're making is that no matter what, if the relationship ends, not that we're trying to make the relationship end, she has to start from ground zero.
So what happens when you get divorced?
You have to start from ground zero.
Bam. Don't rush into the next relationship.
Good segue.
So, ladies and gentlemen who are watching and listening to this show, I know you feel our pain, okay? This is what happens with the cousins. Okay.
I don't know what happened with the show, but this was so interesting to me today.
Yeah,
it's a dry question, though.
We got yelled at. I feel abused today.
I do. I feel abused. Well, anyway. What we were talking about that brought the topic up was really about people who relationship hop, right? You break up and then 2 months later you're in another relationship.
Right over it, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then you go into the next relationship. When that one is over, you don't give yourself time to heal. And we had this short discussion, and I was saying that those are rebound relationships. And of course, Rod did not agree. And so here goes.
Here we are. Here we are today.
Right?
This is the topic. Rushing into the next relationship.
With 90,000.
Should you? No, we're not even on the house anymore. Okay. We're going to leave the house over there.
Okay, we'll leave it.
And we're going to move over here. Because I'm saying. I can't with him. I cannot.
Okay, good.
You got my heart hurting today. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like I got pushed around.
I'm sweating. Yeah, I'm really sweating.
I
did it by myself.
Right. Okay.
I cannot.
But
family, man, knock it off.
Yeah, that whole segment of rushing into the next relationship and why it's a problem, right?
Or why not?
Why not?
So, before we get to you, because you took up enough of time today.
No, I want to give something to say.
We're going to give you your opportunity, but you are not, just before we start,
sit down.
Don't yell at us.
I got my notes.
Okay, don't yell at us. Rushing into the next relationship, could it be a good thing or a bad thing? I feel like it's bad because I feel like you don't give yourself a chance to heal from the last relationship, whether it was bad. I don't know any good breakups. And y'all know people that break up for good reasons. I don't know. It might be a good reason for you and for them to separate, but you still have to deal with, what happened in the relationship. And moving on to the next one, I feel like doesn't give you the space to do that.
To exhale.
Lick
your wounds, correct some things.
Yeah, and look at it from like, okay, what did I contribute to the downfall of this relationship?
Right. To correct your behavior, to take a breather.
You have to think about it. Right. You have to think about it.
I agree.
And so,
I think that is.
He's ready. Look at him. He's
ready.
Ready.
No, I don't want him to be ready.
I don't know, because he's coming with something.
People who rebound, right? I think they will date whoever comes next. Like if you like them and you in the cut, you could be that chick. Like, girl, you next, because they want to show up. Sometimes it's about showing the other person up, right? The person that you broke up with. Like, somebody wants me. I don't need to be by myself. Like, you ain't really do nothing. Even though they're really hurt, they take that hurt into the next relationship. And that next person then has to deal with that broken person. And I think that has a lot to do with why rebound relationships or rushing into the next relationship is an issue.
I agree. Because I think there's something that they're looking for in that next relationship that maybe they didn't get in the last one. And maybe there's some sort of validation that they're looking for because, breaking up is never easy. It doesn't make you feel good.
No, it
can mess
doesn't.
with your self-esteem.
Somebody's broken in the situation, right?
Somebody's broken, somebody's hurt, somebody's dealing with something. You just never know. So give yourself some space. I don't know how much time that looks like for anybody, but give yourself space to just process and then move on. That's my thought.
And let me also add that the rebound is usually the person who got hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for you, ugly.
Yeah. You have something to
call them names. Totally disagree with what I'm saying. Yes, totally disagree. Totally disagree. And this is the reason why.
We know.
At our age, in our age demographic, just our age. We're not talking about 25, 35, 40, maybe 45, 50, right?
Yes, because
we got more years behind us than we do in front of us.
Okay.
That's first. The mathematical equation is we got more years behind us than in front of us. So if I'm in a bad situation at hand, right, I will be so damn happy to get out of that situation because all I will want to do is live a peaceful life. Now,
okay.
Would it hurt?
And that's on top of somebody else?
Hold on. Would it hurt? Yes, it would hurt. Yeah, we hurt. Men cry in the dark. Y'all heard what Michael Basin said. We do that. Kudos. Now, you still have to move on. You have to move forward, right? Another thing, in our age group, in our age demographic, again, we should be able to detect the bullshit that's about to happen before it happens. Because we learn from our mistakes. Right?
Wait, somebody said old people should.
Right?
He's so disrespectful.
Old people should rebound. They got no time. Wasting their time.
Yo, that's our demographic, right?
Our demographic. Because we old people.
We old people. What they call it.
Better hurry up.
But they ain't got no time.
Oh shit, I gotta go.
Next.
Get your ass in here.
No, because listen to me. Because
shit dry up.
Here comes the child with me. And this is what I tell y'all about serial dating. It's okay to get out there and date. It's okay to get out there and go meet new people. It's okay to understand. You know what I'm saying? Not to say you got to be all sexual and want to, do the nasty and all that other stuff, or what old niggas say, give me some cootie cat. You ain't got to do none of that. But get to know somebody. Get to know people, what they like, what they think, how they feel, how their day is going. It's okay to do that. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
You may speak.
No, really. So you think that?
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Your Highness.
Mr.
Stop. I'm being serious right now. So I done lost my train of thought. So you don't think that? So go ahead, Shay. Mine has to come.
So here's my thing. That what we're talking about. There's a differentiation between getting into the next relationship and dating, right? Like dating means that you're going out and you're meeting people, you're having a good time, but you're not committing to anything. Getting into a relationship is deciding that you're going to build with the next person. And so what we're talking about is coming out of a relationship. For example, you got the woman that moved into your house for 5 years and then she's gone with her $90,000. Right? She's gone with her $90,000. And so Sue, who lives down the block in the apartment that you've been saying hi to for the last 2 years, you finally go, you know what? She moved out a month ago. Come on over here, Sue.
Come on over.
And then in another 30 days, now Sue is living in that same
in your house.
But
that to me is a rebound.
No but
relationship. That's not serial dating.
Okay.
Serial dating is a different thing altogether,
Absolutely.
Which I think is fine if you choose to decide that you want to date after that relationship. That's giving yourself
relationship
time to heal.
Yes.
Right. That's giving yourself time to heal.
Again,
you see how your little fingers is up? That's what I imagine the Pink Panther looks like. But go ahead.
Oh,
hold because you on my nerve today.
Boom!
Oh man, you're talking about the Panther. I know I got y'all now. I got that.
And you got knocking over mannequins. I'm knocking over mannequins. Go ahead.
I done got it this week. But listen to me. You're right. But if I break up and I'm dating, it's gonna be the first woman I date. And if Tree wasn't treating me right, and Kiki came through, and I'm like, damn, Kiki gonna be it. If I feel that's it for me, it's it for me. Is what I'm saying. It wouldn't be no time. I don't have no problem jumping into something else. I'm just happy I wasn't in that shit no more.
So you saying for yourself, there's no reason for you to take a time, step back, look at situations, reassess.
In this age demographic, that's what I'm trying.
Age means you don't do that.
No. At this point in our life, we should know what we want.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah. No, I don't need no time because I done been hurting dealing with this shit that I've been in anyway. So
but let me
understand what I'm saying. So at the same time, you just don't break up. You go through things.
Okay.
Right.
So by the time the breakup really comes, shit, you should be ready to do, that fly shit we be doing. We should be ready to do a little bit of that.
So right after the relationship, right back in. Let's go. Let's get it popping. It's on and popping. Let's go.
I'm ready to move.
So none of the issues that broke the relationship up get addressed. There's nothing. I wish that there were other men that we could
add to this conversation, because I don't know if it's a man thing or if it's a woman thing.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Trina. He really can.
Oh, what?
He don't hear the question.
He's not listening. That's why. Yeah. He can skip the hell out of answering the question. Yes.
No. How am I skipping the question?
Because the question the answers you're giving have nothing to do with what I just asked you.
Can I get into another relationship? Yes.
That is not the question.
What's the question again?
Yeah, try listening.
Try listening to what's being said instead of thinking you're listening to speak.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Are you?
It's a raw thing. It is. That I was saying that I wonder if other men think the same way, that it's easier to just get out of one into another.
Of course it is.
All men think that?
All men think
I feel that way.
Of course you do.
You don't think that men, because you said men cry in the dark, which indicates that men get hurt equally, right? There's no corner that women have on the hurt field. So we're not just the only ones that get hurt when we're in relationships. So when that relationship is over, what does the man do with the hurt that he had in the relationship?
Okay.
What does he do with it?
Here we go. Great question, Shay. I love
this one here.
No, this is a great question.
He's going crazy.
Take the question, but one thing is that we got to understand is men are slower, right? So by the time the relationship we figured out that the relationship is really over, y'all done moved on already and did something else. So by that time, we done did the hurt. We done been trying to make it right. We done been trying to figure it out. We done been trying to make it work. But once y'all have it in your mind that the relationship is over, then the hurt, we lived in that hurt already.
Okay, so you're saying the hurt is no more when the relationship is over. Hurt is done.
When the relationship is over, you done pretty much got to understand, oh shit, this motherfucker really meant this was over. So you're forced to move on.
So there's no reflection on the relationship at all. It's done. I'm not thinking about this no more.
You're reflecting on that as you're going through the breakup. That's what I've been trying to explain to you. I'm telling you, how many people live together and are broken up? How many people live together and date other people and they
let me just add this. Until you are fully separated from that person, you're still in it.
All right, but people don't.
Because you're still dealing with whatever you got to deal with. Because especially if you're living in the same place, you got to packing your bags is not the easiest thing to do.
Michelle.
So let me finish. So regardless to whether or not the relationship is over, of course you know the relationship is over. before it's over, because that's how it gets to the point where it's over.
Right.
But now is the time you got to break up. I got to pack up my shit. You got let me finish my thoughts. I gotta pack up my stuff. I gotta process all of this and look at what he bought me. You gotta remember and reflect, and it's painful, man. I don't care what you're saying, and if that is your process, then it's your process, and I understand that. But I'm not saying that's I don't want to even say if it's the right process, but I do feel like you have to slow down for a second. I'm not saying you got to wait years and years and years and years to get into the relationship, but you got to slow down and give you anything rushed. It can always potentially turn into a disaster.
Well, you're not going to
when you're rushing. Most times, what happens? Well, you leave your keys. I left something at home. You get into an accident when you're rushing.
Right.
So most times when you rush into situations, it ends up bad.
No, but sometimes relationships just happen. But what I'm saying is, once a man realize, and I'm going back to,
I done fell into a relationship.
I done fell into a relationship.
Oh, what is that? A relationship?
Now,
all on my shoe.
With these couples that live, these people live together, they paying their bills, they know they broke up, they got other men. Once a man can deal with and understand that his woman is sleeping with another man,
we're not talking about what caused the relationship.
Hold on. We're not talking about what caused it. It's the decision that people make when they're living together. People decide to start dating and doing other things at the same time while they're living together. A man operates, if a woman can go out and sleep and come back in the home, then you know what? He already knows. He went through what he's going through. He has other plans already. He's there for a reason.
Man is a piece of shit, in my opinion, the one you're talking about right now.
No, but it happens a lot. What I'm saying is,
so he ain't going to reflect
while he's in a relationship. By the time the relationship, the woman is damn near gone. She has a foot out the door already. He's done figured that out already. Why do you think men can turn around and get married this fast after a relationship?
So they can wreak hell on the next woman.
I think that they do that because they're not processing. So they're not processing.
Okay.
I'm not processing. I think that as well.
That they're not processing, and so whatever was broken in the previous relationship, they bring that into the new relationship.
But they're successful marriages, right?
Which I feel like there's no accountability there either. I'm not
disputing that. Yeah, there are successful relationships that happen. But for the most part, when you're in that kind of situation, whatever damage you received in that relationship that you just broke up with, you take that into the next one if you rush into the next one. Because there's no time to process. And let me just add this. Let's go back to when you were getting your divorce, Rob, right? And I know that wasn't a beautiful situation. A lot of that wasn't. How long did it take you before you felt like you were your whole self after that?
But again, we're talking.
You didn't answer the question.
Answer the question.
You're right.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
It took me a minute. Hold on. It took me
a minute.
It took me to mature. But again, I said in this age demographic.
I understand that. That's not. I get it.
So when you're in your 30s, when you're going through it in your 30s, you're still trying to figure your life out. You don't even know who you are.
Let me finish. So if I've been married for 25 years, I'm now 47, and my marriage ends, is it okay, because I'm in this demographic, for me to jump into a full-fledged relationship in 2 months?
Oh, y'all can't. Women can't do it. Men can.
All right. So let's put it on the man.
Let's put it on the man.
Here's a man who's been married for 25 years, right? He's now 49. He's been with the same woman since he was in his 20s.
Not the same person he was when he met.
The marriage ends. Right? They decide that after the kids are grown, we're no longer working. It's over. Right? She moves out. He keeps the house. Right? Is it okay for that man to now be in a relationship 2 months later?
9 times out of 10, he will be.
Is it okay? Yes. Do you think that's a healthy thing for a man to do.
Yes.
You believe that's healthy? That's healthy to do.
Of course.
Okay.
Amelia, I absolutely agree with you.
So
this is my point about men.
Exactly.
We don't have a male perspective, and I don't want to really be biased on the situation, but we have.
What did Jerome say? Hold on. I think it varies on how emotionally invested you are in that relationship, and I think both men and women can get over a long-term relationship fast.
Told you.
What did you tell us? Because I didn't want you to say.
Can do it. I said men can get a relationship fast.
He said men and women can process things. I feel like
y'all tell me not to think. Y'all tell me not to talk about women because I ain't a woman.
We're only speaking about ourselves, technically. I'm not speaking about all women because I can't process everything how they are processing, nor can you. You're speaking from your own perspective as a man and what.
Hold on, you want me to get stats?
No, I don't need no stats. About what?
Stats on how
rebounds?
I can show you.
Guess what?
A divorced man gets remarried.
There is no stats on a person's emotional baggage and what they take from one relationship into a next.
It's understood.
Yes, person by person, it's a case by case situation. So to give statistics on that is rather ridiculous.
But I'm just saying, more men move on and get married.
And that might be true.
We're not disputing that.
The
question is whether or not that's the healthy way to do things.
To do it.
To build a healthy relationship.
That's the point you're missing, is that is it healthy to do that? Anybody can do that.
Here goes another stat. A man's second marriage usually works.
Rache?
The first marriage, you want me to pull it up?
That's not the question being asked.
I'm trying to explain it to you. It works.
That's not. No, you can't explain that because that's not the question being asked. Yes, he has stats, but he got him for a whole different question because it has nothing to do.
Men lie, women lie.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about today.
It does because people move on in successful relationships. Even if they work their issues out,
and neither one of us said that doesn't happen. So I don't think we need stats.
Right.
Okay.
We don't need stats. That's not the question.
We didn't say
we acknowledge that it happens. We also, at the onset of this conversation, acknowledge that there are some successful relationships that happen under those circumstances. But what we're talking about is whether or not rushing into that next relationship is the healthiest way to do things.
Right.
And bringing baggage.
Katrina put a comment up. Hold on, Shay. She put a comment up. I don't know if Ronald can see it, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring it up. So don't. She said those rebound relationships that actually make it is a drop to the many that won't, and that is very true. Because although there are some that do make it, there are many that do not from those rebound relationships, and then you have another breakup in another year or two.
Because what happens in those rebound relationships is once you've kind of gotten yourself where you feel validated all over again, because sometimes you come out of the situation wounded. You want to get back at your ex to let them know, hey, F you, like I ain't got to sit in misery or whatever. You ain't really hurt me. Then you get involved with the person. Maybe you having great sex, because rebound relationships come with wonderful sex, right? Because it's probably real dry at the end.
Yeah, because you ain't have. Yeah,
you ain't having none.
You ain't having
it, hoping, right? You hoping. Then after a while, it's like, all right, I got that out my system. Now you're really looking at the person like, oh man, this I ain't really equally yoked,
right?
And I don't really, I'm good. So that's why them things don't last very long. Rebound relationships tend to fade away oftentimes.
They do.
You know what? I was in love for a second.
And I agree with this one. Like Rache was saying that earlier about while you're in the relationship, the relationship could be over. And you know that is leading to that. Mm-hmm. Okay, but is it still healthy to just jump?
If the person,
although you know that, okay, this is done, I'm done with it, and you've already decided that this relationship is over. Is it okay to just go or you already got the person on standby?
Well, that could
right.
be
They
the case.
already out there shopping with one eye, right? They out here like that.
That could be the case too. Like, yeah, a lot of men think like, me.
Yeah, that's Trina. He really does think like this.
We need another man on the show to hear.
We got to get another man on the show sometime so we can hear another perspective because.
Yeah, because the thing is that as men, you know, especially like I said, after like I can't really say that I ever really moved forward in like 10 years relationships or nothing like that. But I think that once you go through something in your life that you will understand you got to get out of this. You understand? Okay. So my thing is, okay, for instance, I went through a marriage, right? 15 years with a woman, 7 years of marriage, whatever case, it didn't mesh. Babies, child support, all the other shit, right? So now you sit back and you think about it. Hey, you get into this relationship now. You could be 2-3 years in deep into a relationship. Be like, whoa, wait a minute. This is not feeling right. So you make that decision, or y'all make that decision. Hey, this isn't going to work. Because again, like I said, you only reacting off of your growth and what you learned from your past. If we can't take anything from our past and bring it into our future, then yes, we should be able to make those decisions and say, hey, you know what? This ain't going to work. That don't mean I don't care about you. That don't mean that I can't possibly love you. It just means that you're not the person for me. Okay. And sometimes it would take to say that, listen to me, that I'm moving on, but that doesn't take away like I don't care about you. Whatever the case is,
I agree with that, Amelia.
Because people we do it all the time. Everybody's not going to mesh. People stay together for certain reasons, right? Mm-hmm. You might like 50% of a person, or you might like 30% or 80%, whatever it is. Sometimes I want that 100. I want that 100 of me and you. So if I don't see that 100 in time, then you know what? Usually it has to be a discussion. It has to be something to sit down and say, hey, you know what? I've been down this road before. It could take us to a place where we don't even want to be at. You understand?
Agreed.
So at the same time, when a breakup comes like that, is yes, not to say, I'm not hurting or whatever the case may be, but I got to keep it moving because again, I don't have years in front of me. I don't have those years. I don't have 5-10 years.
I agree with you. Play with nobody. And I don't feel like you have to stay stuck either. But I do think there's a process. You know,
so it's a process.
And because the men who don't process their last breakups, the women that have to deal with them, people. People, men or women who do not process their last breakups, the person that has to deal with them deals with a lot.
Okay, right? But let me ask you a question. In your relationship, you're not processing your relationship every day. You're not processing
necessarily. How do you process a breakup when it hasn't?
You could do that. You could process your relationship to some degree, but that's the relationship while you're in it. You still have to process the breakup, right? Because you can be with someone and that other person can decide that the relationship isn't working, and you're the recipient of the person who wants to break up with you where you were in it, right? So now that person comes to you and goes, this isn't working, you know, I love you, but this is not the vision I have for my life, so I don't want to move forward. So the relationship ends. Hear me out for a second. The relationship ends. The person who gets that speech is in a space of what went wrong. Now that person goes and gets into another relationship within 2 months. They're broken. They're going into that relationship broken. They don't even know what the hell they're doing in it, except I'm hurt and I need somebody to be there for me. And so therefore, whoever comes down the pipe will do for now until I can get my mind right. And then you go, I think I can make it. And now we need to break up because now I can focus. Because now I done licked my wounds a little bit with you. I done wiped my feet on you.
But you can't tell, and this is the thing, like, you can't tell that energy. Like, if somebody's not really feeling you, or if somebody has a thing about a break, I could see a breakup coming. I mean, at the like to me personally, I could see when things go wrong. Like I said, as a man, I pay attention. It could be anything. It could be we sleeping together. We had sex. Hold up, something's wrong with this situation. What's up?
So
communicate. Let's talk about it. And you anticipate because you can feel the energy. And that's the thing that I'm trying to say. You can really tell if you paid attention. Hold on.
The breakup.
If you made it about y'all, hold on, wait a second. If you made the relationship about y'all and not about you, then you could feel the energy of somebody else. Okay. You could feel it. And
does that take away the hurt?
Yes, because you're going through the hurt already. You're trying to figure it out. So when the breakup comes, really, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not feeling the energy anyway. That's the only thing I'm trying to
I don't know. Okay. I can't say that that's happened
and I can't say that everybody has that ability to.
I can't say that's happened to me ever.
Are just focused on. Because here's the thing, right? Because one of our commenters was talking about our ancestors and being in relationships for a long time and struggling through it, right? Some people don't take that to be a sign that we're going to break up. It's a sign that we need to dig down deeper and work on the relationship. Where one person could be like, nah, I'm pulling all my cards up. I'm out. The other person could be saying, I'm digging deeper into this thing because I see the struggle, but I see the worth.
Right.
And so everybody doesn't take those signs to be flight.
That's true.
That's a good, Shane. Now that one is a good analogy, and that's when we got
to want the stats
on when it's too long. When it's too long. When it's long enough.
You're right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because at the same time, and again, and what you said makes sense for me. When we was 40, at 50, moving forward, it's anything negative. Any negative energy that I have that's going to stop us from moving forward is either we address it or we have to move on. It's like that.
We got to wrap this up soon. I have one more thing to add to that. I don't feel like age is a major factor. As far as age, yes, about knowing who you are and knowing what you want, yes, I agree with that. If you break up at 50, you're still going to deal with the same hurt that you might have dealt with at 30. You might process it differently. And you might be able to move forward differently because you're at a different age. But age doesn't have anything to do with hurt.
It's maturity.
At 50.
It's maturity. You don't protect your heart.
No one wants to end a relationship at 50 years old to have to start over again.
Exactly.
That doesn't feel good.
No.
So you still hurt no matter what age you are. So if you now I got to get back out here and I'm older. Things done broke down.
Don't ask me what my 5-year plan is. I will slap you. What you bringing to the table?
You know what I'm saying?
You should have came to bed with your tutu on.
And that's a question that I don't even want to ask that. What you bring? If a man asks me what I bring to the table at 50-something years old, I don't want to hear that. Don't ask me that. I don't want
to talk to you. It's quits.
Right. Don't ask me that.
You're like, you know what? Nothing. What now? Do you want to continue?
Katrina, I really
not in a marriage is not over until it is. Exactly. Thinking about this over prematurely is not healthy at all. Thank you.
No. It is, but you have to figure out when to say when.
Well, you do have to figure that out, but you're not thinking about that every day up until it happens.
But no, it's this.
Wait a minute.
There's signs.
She's gonna break up next week.
Left for work. Well, wait.
There's signs.
Me before she left for work.
Something's going on here.
Let me figure out what I got in this closet.
Every day you're thinking about
start selling my shit.
You're laughing.
Listen, we're laughing, but we're serious though.
Listen, a player never changes the game in the ninth inning. Something's wrong. And it's one of the best terms. Something's wrong. And sometimes it's beyond repair.
Yes, we get that. And we get a relationship to a point where it's beyond repair.
I keep going back to, and it's not about age, but it's about maturity and it's about understanding. Sit down and talk. Sit down and communicate. You will figure this out. It doesn't take forever to figure out if we're going to move on or if we're going to stay together.
Agreed.
Now
that you're broken up,
Now that you broken up, then hey, you know what? Shit, I've been looking at Ethel for about 4 months already.
Now that you're broken up, for you, it's move on to the next.
Already, yes.
You was already checking out Ethel, so you already had a plan in motion.
Yeah.
Now that it's over, for you, it's get back in the saddle, move on to the next. For us, it's like sit back, process, and deal with the hurt that comes along with the breakup.
Okay, so right before we leave, so we like just listen to the timeline. So you're 50, right? You meet a guy, you're together 5 years. Y'all date 5 years. Oh shit, we break up. Huh, I need 2 years to get over this shit. Now you're 57. Now you're getting to 60. Now you're 65 and you're doing it again. Come on,
get out. Go adding stuff.
Come on, it's not adding.
We didn't put a timeline on anything.
But it is a timeline. That's what you're forgetting. It is a timeline.
There's a timeline.
Thank you, Trina.
Your timeline.
Yes. That's perfectly put, Trina. He says all the wrong things mixed with a little bit of right. So
no, it's not.
And we have to go in there and sift out the right.
Nah, you're gonna get the right. It's a timeline. It's a timeline. Listen, the Panther got about 17 good years left.
You're going to get a good talking to.
I'm trying to tell you.
After this show.
All right. I think you should.
I'm going to just wrap this up.
Let's put a period in it. Yes.
We're going to put a period on this.
You're going to come back.
It's been a wonderfully stressful, struggling, interesting conversation. Once again, right? Conversations with my cuz. Check us out on Twitch, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, and UBU Radio on Wednesday. Woo!
And as you guys know, we end every show with a quote: slow, productive progress leads to success. Thank you guys for joining us. This was a good one.
Yeah,
all y'all in the chat.
Y'all should
you got me sweating on this one, man. You got me sweating on this one. Good show nonetheless. Anyway, we see you guys next week. Make sure y'all can catch the replay if you want to hear it again, because this is something I need to go listen to this for myself. See y'all next week. Peace and love, y'all.
See y'all next week.